Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our Tuesday question and answer by Ansari, Qadiri, Rifai, Tariqa. I'm Shaykh Muzeyyen, and here is Shaykh Ansari. Almost there, adjusting. Okay. Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Medet and destroy Ya Allah, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Allah. Abdullah Gilani, Ahmed Rifai, Abdullah Hashmi, Muhammad Ansari, Murshid, all the Anbiya and Awliya. Al-Fatiha, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala Ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. All right. Today's, I don't know what today's topic is. For me, everyday topic is Allah and us. You and Allah, that's the only thing that is important. The relationship, for me, there's only one relationship, me and Allah. And then this is true for everybody else, them and Allah. But so important thing is, how is this relationship going? Of course, the ball is on my court, if I speak for me. On our court, let's speak for everybody. And we are responsible of initiating our part. Allah has already created the universe and set up the system and created you to see what you're going to do. Do you want Allah or not? So you have to take a step like Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam did. And then the ball rolls that way, back and forth. The thing is actually very simple. Allah created the world and you, and He put His rules and regulations in this world, His laws and regulations. When I say law, it doesn't mean social law. Those are physical, chemical, scientific laws, and everything is running on a system that is connected to Him. But the system is set forth, it's working as He said be, but in this be also He had His intention, always intention. Now, His intention versus your intention. His intention is to have a loving relationship with somebody that doesn't even exist. First, he has to exist from his existence and be conscious from his consciousness. And now he can think, and he has to be free. He has to have free will like he does. And then now we can communicate. It's very simple. You look at your surroundings. Did you make them all? Was it there before you? Are you in charge? Sometimes we think we are in charge, or we want to be in charge. This is the part. Do you want to be in charge? Okay, go for it. How are you doing so far? Me, I haven't done very good. Didn't work out well for me. Okay. So, do you choose to be the king, or do you want to accept the king, presiding king as the king? What do you want to do? So this is what it is. Now, it's like this. There is this virus going around, and we are muzzled, and all that. It's very simple. There are certain rules. If you follow, you'll be okay. Put on your mask. Don't get out. Don't stay away from each other. This is 1.5 meters. Well, 1.5 meters. It's 2 meters. Yes. 2 meters, approximately 2 meters. And then wash your hand, wash your face, wash your nose, etc., etc. These are the rules. Does it make sense? This is what the logic and the knowledge and the knowing and the wisdom says. But you say no. Some people say, no, I can get over it, get away, get around it. I can do this, I can do that. So the people who are observing the rules and regulations, if they are on their own, they'll be okay. But the people who are not accepting rules or regulations of this incident, they make their own rules of action. And what happens? Then they die. Do you see? Consciousness is right away. But Allah is more merciful than coronavirus. If you don't accept His rules and regulations and you want to have your own, Allah gives you a certain time to see if you are going to change your mind and learn and etc. So this is what is going on right now. So what do you say? Okay, let's go for the questions.
Okay. Our first question is, how do I keep a strong connection in Salah?
How do I keep a strong selection in Salah? You mean namaz, formal prayer?
Yes.
It's like this. How can I win a gold medal in swimming in Olympics? I swim some. You want to have the gold medal? Yes. Then you have to practice. And you have to have the necessary physique to do so. You have to be tall and kawi, mateen. And then every day you have to swim like 8-10 hours a day, etc., etc. And your focus has to be, I say focus has to be the gold medal. When you prepare your body, go exercise, eat right, etc., etc., then you may be eligible to compete. After you compete, etc., that part is not. But if you want to concentrate, then you have to fight your nafs. And you have to challenge your nafs. You have to reject your nafs. You have to stand up to your nafs, etc., etc. But the beginning of everything is your intention. Allah intended to create a universe. When He said, "Kun be," this intention was how to be was all in the intention. And the intention is being reflected now in the creation. So you need to intend to fight your nafs and cut your connections to other than Allah, then you'll be able to pray a decent prayer.
I am going to actually from there, I'm going to ask you to continue because the next question is, could you explain how to fight our nafs and the names of nafs? So you said that the fight to our nafs starts with our intention that you are going to fight your nafs.
Yeah. You can do this alone, or you can ask Allah to do it. But the best way I know is that to get into Sufism, which is a school of doing this job. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, gave ijazah to Hazrat Ali. He gave permission, ijazah to etc. etc. Allah's robe comes down to me and from me to my students. So having a sheikh is not having a boss that you serve. Having a sheikh is having a wali, Allah's friend, protecting friend. That will help you in a systematic way to learn and conquer this beating the nafs part. So this is all science, and I am the professor of it, and my wife is the professoress.
Would you like to just shortly mention the names of the nafs? And I'd
Yeah,
like to tell this viewer that thank you for your question. And if you go to our websites, aqrtsufi.org and sufiview.com, you will also see all the levels of the nafs in writing. So
Allah in the Quran Karim, everything in the Quran Karim, He mentioned nafs amara. He doesn't explain in details what it is, this, that.
but it is in the Quran.
There's a reference, and who knows? Ulul albab. Allah said, Ulul albab. Who are these Ulul albab? The Sufi group, the people who contemplate,
People of understanding,
people
you
of
kind
discernment,
of discernment.
understanding, and
Translated that.
yeah. So first, nafs amara. Nafs amara means nafs is ordering you around. Like I give this example, you have a big dog and you take it for a walk. The dog is who's taking who for a walk. The dog is big and you are small. He's pulling you and you have to go that way. This is nafs amara. Then there is excuse me. Nafs lawama. Nafs lawama, the Zikr for to pass nafs ammara is la ilaha illallah. You start with la ilaha illallah. But under the guidance of a sheikh, like taking a medicine under the guidance of a doctor. And then nafs lawama is you understand that you've been wrong all this time and you were stupid. You start beating yourself up. Oh, I am so bad, this, that. But it is still nafs. And the key for this is Ya Allah. And then there is nafs mulhima. You start getting inspirations, wahi, from your Lord. And if you think you got it, you didn't. This is a very dangerous place. You think, I'm as good as the sheikh. I hear things, I get inspirations, and Yahoo is the one for this. And then Nafs Mutmainah. Nafs Mutmainah is where you are balanced now.
This is the level, first level of being a human being.
Yes. Now you are your human, your connection to Allah, your connection to Allah, and Allah is bigger than the nafs. So nafs is not dominating you. Nafs is opposite of Allah. Allah put it there on air. So there is no base, no foundation. Air has no foundation. So these are your desires, etc. In nafs, ya Allah, Yahu, Ya Haq. By saying Ya Haq, then you can pass to nafsi raziye, where you are happy with Allah. Then nafsi marziye, nafsi, after marziye, nafsi safiye. This is 7 layers of nafs right there.
Thank you.
And then I cannot tell you the whole thing right now. You have to read, study it in the book. Arya, do you have any Turkish?
Yes, we have Yaroslav.
Şimdi efendim Türkçe anlatalım. Allah kendi varlığından insanın varlığını yarattı. Kendi bilincinden insanın bilincini yarattı. Kendisi hür düşüncesinden, özgür iradesinden Allah'a özgür irade verdi ki bununla bir iletişim, bir kaynaşım kurabileyim diye. Bunu bir niyetle yaptı. Allah dünyaya ol dediği zaman, kün dediği zaman kainat oldu. Ama bu kün içinde Allah'ın da niyeti var. İşte bunu da kainatta görüyoruz. Her şeyin bir kuralı var, kanunu var. Bir düzen içerisinde Allah bu şeyi yürütüyor. Allah bu düzeni koymuş. Şimdi insanı da özgür iradeyle yarattı. İnsan diyebilir ki insana gereken şey şu ki evet ben bu kuralları, şeyleri görüyorum ve bunları kabul ediyorum. Bunları kendime şiar edeceğim ve bunlarla yaşayacağım. Ama bazı kişiler öyle demiyor. Diyor ki ben istediğimi yaparım. Madem ki özgürüm, sanki hiçbir etkisi, tepkisi olmayacakmış gibi yapıyor. Fakat Allah bunun her yaptığın işin bir etkinin tepkiye şeyinden bir tepkisi, bir gereken bir şey var sonunda. Şimdiki mesele diyoruz ki koronavirüs var. Bunlara insan kendileri yaptı. Fakat bir takım kurallar var. İşte 2 metre mesafede dur, elini yüzünü buradan sonra şey yap, yıka, gargara et falan et filan et. Efendime söyleyeyim, direncini kuvvetlendir. Yüzüne başka kişilerle konuşacaksan 2 metre uzak dur, yüzüne maske tak. Bunlar uygularsan bu sana ulaşmıyor. Ama bazıları diyor ki hayır bunlar ne ben kendi dediğimi yapacağım diyor. Maskeyi takmıyor. Hastayken dışarı çıkıyor. Arkadaş gezisine çıkıyor. Yemek partileri veriyorlar. İşte görüyorsunuz ekmek partileri veriyorlar. Ondan sonra hacdan geldim hikayesiyle falan oluyor ve duymuyor. Ne oldu şimdi burada? Şimdi burada koronavirüs merhameti Allah'ın kadar değil. Bunu yaparsan seni götürürüm diyor ve götürüyor. Ama Allah hiç değilse insana bir şey veriyor. Ara veriyor yani. Bunu şimdi yapınca hemen cezalandırmıyor. Sana bir süre veriyor. Ondan sonra diyor ki acaba biz bunlar akıllar başlarına gelir de şey yapar mı diyor. Ondan sonra soru sordular. Dediler ki namazda kılarken nasıl daha iyi kılabilirim, düşüncelerimi Allah'a şey yapabilirim,
Bağlayabilirim.
odaklayabilirim.
Nasıl bir? Odaklanma.
Dedim ki ben de bunu yapabilmek için antrenman yapman gerekir. Önce nefsinden çarpışacaksın. Peygamber Efendimiz dedi işte en büyük şey nefiste çarpışmaktır dedi. Ondan sonra bu nefsin işte Kur'an-ı Kerim'de 7 tane nefis sayılmış. Nefsi emmare, levvame, mulhime, mutmaine, raziye, marziye, safiye. Bunlarla çarpışacaksın ama bunlar kendi kendine yapması zor olur. Hatta olamıyorsun. Ondan sonra bir gerçek bir şeyh bulacaksın ve bu şeyhin şeyinde, güdümünde bunları yapacaksın. Şeyh senin patronun değil. Şeyh sana yol, Allah'ın yol gönderen eli ayağı senin için orada. Onun dediklerini yaparsan işte bu nefsi, birinci nefsin şeyi la ilahe illallah çekiyorsun. İkincisi nevamen ikinci. Ya Allah öbürkü, Yahu öbürkü, ya Hak, ya Hay, ya Kayyum, ya Kahhar. Gidiyor. Bunlarla nefis temiz. Bunları yaptıktan sonra ancak odaklanabiliyorum. Şimdi sen dersen ki ben şey olacağım, altın madalya kazanacağım olimpiyatta yüzmede. Önce sende yüzebilecek bir şey var mı? Kabiliyet var mı? Bundan sonra kendine hazır.
Vücut yapısı var
Vücut
mı?
yapısı var mı? Ondan sonra bunları her gün antrenman yapacağım. Fakat en önemlisi niyetin ve odaklanman devamlı o altın madalya olacak. Bunu hiç kaybetmeden günde 8-10 saat, 12 saat 4 sene çalışacağım.
Anlaşıldı.
Evet. Böyle. İşte Allah bulmak yani işte nefsini de şey yapmak istiyorsan bir gayret göstereceksin. Allah bu gayrete bakıyor. Bunu niyet ediyor musun? Allah'ın bir de şeyi şu niyet. Senin niyetin ne? Allah'ın niyeti seni yaratmak, senden bir ilişki kurmak. Yaratıldın, özgür yaratıldın. Senin niyetin ne? İşte bizim niyetimizin de Allah'a karşılık vermek. Evet sen beni yarattın, ben de senden ilişki kurmak istiyorum. Bu kadar.
All right. We are going to actually look at this question now. What are the things that you can do when not in wudu, ablution? Can you remember the names of Allah and recite the Quran from memory? First of all, thank you for this question.
Everything in the Quran says, don't touch Quran unless you are not clean. It has many meanings of this, and then which means if your brain is polluted, if your thinking is polluted, don't touch it. But paper Quran, you should be clean. But can you pray? Yes, you can pray. You
So
can
you
make
can
dua.
do zikr with
You can
names
do
of Allah.
zikr, you can do things
You
like
can
that.
appeal to Allah. You
Yeah.
can talk to Allah.
And what? The important thing, what is the purpose of wudu? To be clean, like coronavirus. If you are clean, then it's already actually washing one more time. I don't know what it's going to do, but you already have to, after food, this, that, you have to wash your mouth. And your intention is to be clean. If you are clean, you can do anything you want.
Can you recite the Quranic ayats from
Yes,
memory?
we can recite the Quran. Who said? Where did Allah say you cannot recite the Quran? In the Quran, which translated 8 years.
Nowhere. So again, we are urging you to please look when there are questions like this, and you're welcome. We welcome those questions, and our reminder always is look at Quran, and if it does not say so in Quran, then nobody else has any authority higher than Quran, and that's that. And we have not seen in Quran that you can only do zikr with or you can only do protection prayers, Ihlas, Falaq, Nas, Fatiha, only when you have wudu. There is no such a thing.
There is a story like this, Fuqra, They asked Pope, when we are praying, can we watch soccer? He said no. His friend, they had a bet, you know. His friend said, "I'm sorry. I want to ask the same question. Yes. When you are watching soccer, can you pray?" He said, "Yes." So the wisdom is not only bizim şeyimizde yani. Soru ne diyor Türkçe?
Türkçe sorumuz abdestli olarak yapabileceğimiz şeyler,
Abdestsiz olarak neler
abdestsiz
yapabiliriz?
olarak ne yapabiliriz? Mesela zikir yapabilir miyiz? Mesela Kur'an'daki ayetleri, mesela Felak, Nas, o çeşit ayetleri okuyabilir miyiz?
Ezberden.
Ezberden.
Ben de dedim tabii okuyabilirsin yani mühim olan abdestten gayet temiz olmak yani önce kalp temizliği, kafa temizliği önemli. Onları yaptıktan sonra mesele yok. Sonra bir hikaye anlattım. Dedim ki fıkra anlattım. Dedim papaya iki arkadaş bahçe girmişler. Bu futbol maçı seyrederken dua edebilir miyiz falan. Öyle bir şey. Ondan sonra papaya biri sormuş. Demiş ki biz dua ederken futbol maçı seyredebilir miyiz? O da demiş hayır. Arkadaş demiş ki bir dakika. Eğer de biz futbol maçı seyrediyorsak dua edebilir miyiz? Baba demiş evet. İşte öyle. What's next?
Our next question is, can you please tell me a good zikr for panic attacks?
Okay, write it down. Write this down. Somewhere. Azmat, whoever, Nishat, Shoaib. For panic attack, the thing is Ferd, Allah's name, Ferd el Hayyul Qayyum Hakim Adil Quddus. Ferdel Hakim.
Ferdül Hayyul Kayyum Hakim Adil Kuddus. Ferdül Hayyul Kayyum Hakim Adil Kuddus. This we suggest 7 times. You repeat it back to back. And another one that is really super helpful for severe panic attacks that people have tried over the years is 101 times salawat. Allahümme salli ve sellim ala Seyyidina Muhammad.
And then there are joker things like 3 Ikhlas, 1 Falak, 1 Nas, or Ayatul Kursi. 3 times Ayatul Kursi will take care of most things.
And also, I'm going to tie another question to this that we usually get is, what is a suggestion for a person who has many fears?
My suggestion is La ilaha illallah. And then
So that is one. And the other one was Ayatul Kursi
41 times a day.
41 times a day for how long?
Until fear goes.
Okay, so 41 times, many people had really great success with this. 41 times Ayatul Kursi daily to get rid of worries and fears. And that will go away, inshallah, from your heart. And did we type up the prayers? Ferdul Hayul Hakim Atil Kuddus 7 times, and then we did salawat. I'm sorry?
Should be in our thing.
Yeah, it should be on the website, and it is also in the healing book, actually. Alternative Sufi healing. Okay, inshallah, that question is answered.
One more addition.
Go ahead.
Is with the thinking of the meaning of this. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah.
There is no strength and there is no fear or strength There is no
power and strength. La havla.
except nobody,
Except
except Allah.
Except Allah. Yeah.
So in other words, this also might be, this fear might be inherited, and then from last generation or sometime in the life of the person, he met something awful, and then
some trauma happened in their life.
Set into her heart.
Yeah.
In that case, if the second part, then Ayat-ı Kürsi will do it. The first part, you have to get intergenerational cleansing, which Rubina does or knows of. Somebody will do it.
Our next question is, I'm sorry, are you done?
Yes.
Okay. We have, the question is, I like to know the Arsh, power grid of the universe, is the same universal consciousness that we connect to.
The answer is this. There is no separate consciousness. There is only one consciousness. At the beginning of the program, I told you this. This was the answer. Allah created us from His existence and gave our consciousness from His consciousness. And, He made us with free will as He did. So, but you need to contemplate and get there yourself. Whatever I say, you have to question. Maybe I'm wrong. I may be wrong.
And we always point out that there is always more.
There's always more. I mean, you don't have to believe everything I say. Söylediğim her şeye inanmak zorunda değilsiniz. Fakat kendiniz soruları sorun ve kendiniz bu kanılara varın. Şimdi sordular. Bilincimiz ağaçtaki bilincinden aynı mı? Ben programın başında demiştim ki Allah kendi varlığından bizim varlığımızı yarattı. Kendi bilincinden bizim bizi bilinçlendirdi. Ya, bilincimizi verdi, yarattı. Neyse. Demiştim. Yani bundan önceki soru neydi hayatım?
Sorumuz panik ataklere karşı ve korkulara karşı ne duaları yapabiliriz?
Panik ataklere karşı dedik ki Ferdil, Hayyil, Kayyum, Hakim, Adil, Kuddüs.
Bunu 7 kere söylüyoruz arka arkasına.
Evet. Eğer sen yaşarken yaşadığın bir korku çöktüyse çıkaramıyorsan o zaman günde o 41 sefer Ayet-i Kürsi.
Diyelim ki bir kaza falan geçirdiniz. O an böyle devamlı olarak onu tekrar yaşıyoruz. Bu her gün 41 kere Ayet-i Kürsi okuyacağız. O korku gidene kadar. Ve bir tane de La havle ve la kuvvete illa billahil azim.
Manasını düşünerek, Allah'tan başkasını düşünerek. Onu tabii ki tefekkür buna yardım edecek.
Ve o niyetle, bu korkunun gitmesi niyetiyle yapacağız tabii.
Evet, kaybedecek neyim var? Neyden korkuyorum? Neyi kaybetmekten korkuyorum? Canımı mı? Zaten senin değil. Allah istediği zaman gidecek senin. Peki neymiş? Çocukların mı? Zaten senin değil. Her şey Allah'ın. Senin bir şeyin yok ki kaybetmekten korkarsın yani.
Evet, aslında bu yani üzüntüler böyle tasalar, özellikle tasalar elimizde olmayan bir sürü şeyler için.
Benden babalık yapan Allah, analık yapan da Allah, büyük annelik yapan, büyük babalık yapan da Allah, kardeşlik yapan hepsi Allah. Allah'ın şeyini tekrar Allah'a ver, kendi üstüne alınma, bunların da tasasını etme. Now I'm going to say this in English about fear. We all fear. I mean, this is normal. Your body is afraid because it's going to lose its life. We want food, especially if we don't have food every 5 hours, we go hungry. When we say La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, you have to think this is a true thing. Why? What is there that you're afraid of losing? Your hunger. I like to lose my hunger. You are afraid of being hungry. Well, Allah is going to feed you. He created you. He has to sustain you. He is the sustainer. Ask Him. You're afraid of losing your life. It doesn't belong to you in the first place. Allah can take it anytime, and He will. And that's one thing for sure. That and taxes in the United States. You're gonna die, and you're gonna pay taxes. What are your wife, your husband, your kids? They all belong to Allah. There is nothing belonging to you. Don't you see? At the beginning, I said Allah created from His own existence. It is His existence, not yours. Yours is just an understanding. You are an understand. Do you want to understand Niyat? Do you want to understand Allah or not? So, of course, it is normal. People are afraid. But Allah gave us all this knowledge. Inshallah, it will help you. Next.
Our next question is it okay to try to open senses? Or it depends. If you are doing it with a teacher, the teacher will walk you through the steps. And it is our experience that it is better to have this happen naturally. If you're talking about going to somebody and they just open your senses, this is not okay. This is literally your path to self-torture, because suddenly, let's say, some sense opens up, but you have not digested this information and gotten there. And when it suddenly happens, there's a huge imbalance in body. It even pushes people go as far as mental imbalance, because let's say your eyes open and you suddenly see the other side, but your body, your brain, your mentality is not ready for this. So this is not something we suggest you try to do on your own. As a matter of fact, we are very much saying, please do not do this.
Our experience, we have seen people who do this and we have the hardest time. First of all, why are you doing this? Your job is to focus on Allah. I also did a lot of things before I was a Sufi, and
they say do this prayer, do that prayer, this will happen, that will happen.
Oh, having all these abilities, I was able to speak to the dead before I was a Sufi, and it was so I have some skill. Well, who is the subject in this sentence? I have some skill. Who is the subject? I. That is a shirk. As you are going to Allah, all kinds of things are going to happen. You're going to visualize, but not get stuck on any one of them, because they are all traps to hold you back. That is the test. Do you really want Allah's face, or do you want you? This is the whole test. Until you get that, still there. So don't fall into this trap.
Remember that it is natural to be able to be curious and to try to want to see things. But I would like to remind you that it is our intention and our heart path that counts, because Shaitan saw Allah's face, Shaitan talked to Allah, and it did not stop him from his being Shaitan. And also, some of us we discourage this as well and just have everything happen organically, naturally. Some people, they're like, oh, I want to experience some sort of miracle. And we suggest contemplation for this. And Hazrat Abdul Qadir Gailani says, between a person and Allah, Between a wali and Allah, there are 1,000 veils. You can say levels if you like, or curtains if you like. And the first one is miracles. And if you get stuck there, 999 or more experiences you are going to live, it's not going to happen. So this is why we suggest, please be careful for doing things on your own like this. I find that it can be dangerous. And there are many people who say, oh, I can help you open up. I have seen there are some people out there who can actually help you do it in a balanced way, but there are very few and far in between.
They do this for money.
Yeah.
Because they talk to your nerves so they can get your money.
Okay. So our next question is, what does it mean to be the abd of Allah?
What does it mean? There is nobody who's not abd of Allah. What did I say? Allah created you from His own existence. And then do you have your own separate existence besides Allah? Nobody does. So you are dependent. We are all dependent on Allah. We are in life support. If Allah doesn't feed us, we will die. If Allah doesn't breathe His energy into our nose, we cannot live. Do you see? You need water, air, this, that. Why? Because you are on life support. That's why I call abd. They use in Sharia abd as the servant of Allah. I am the servant of Allah. Alhamdulillah. I dedicate myself to Allah because why? Allah does Allah need your service? Did He say, I created human and jinn so they can sweep the floors and take care of the dirty laundry? Did He say that in the Quran? No. So, Abd of Allah is that one who recognizes this and he is respectful to Allah and takes a journey to Allah's face, not His Jannah or this, that, or this. Okay, you go for it. If Allah gives you Jannah, you take it. I'll take it. But it's not the way. That's not why I have a relationship with Allah, because Allah is Allah. Because that's the purpose of my life. He put this purpose on earth. And when He created the humans, that our purpose is to listen. We are nothing. But Allah wants to have a one-to-one conversation with you. What is your problem? Nothing. Yeah, this is. So we have to be after this. These things, Sharia terminology, I changed them all. With Allah's permission and help, I changed all those. Allah changed it. For better understanding, I am Abd of Allah. Abd. It has 16 minutes. Which one are you talking about? So that's my final. This is it. Allah best baki heves. May Allah may Allah please guide us to the straight path. Yeah, all of us, all the human beings.
Amen.
Ya Hadi, Ya Haq, Ya Latif, Ya Hadi, Ya Haq, Ya Latif,
Ya Hadi,
Ya Haq, Ya Latif, Ya Hadi,
Ya Hak,
Ya Latif, Ya Rabbi sen bizi doğru yola hidayet et, ayırma. Ya Hadi, Ya Hak, Ya Latif, Ya Haq, Ya Latif, Ya Hadi, Ya Haq. Oh Allah, please save us from ignorance. That's our biggest problem is ignorance. And the bigger problem is not intending to learn. Our biggest problem is ignorance, and the bigger problem is not intending to learn. Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Rashid, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya Hasib, Ya Rashid, Ya Alim, Ya Hakim, Ya
Hasib, Ya
Rashid,
Rashid,
Ya
Ya
Alim,
Alim,
Ya
Ya
Hakim,
Hakim,
Ya
Ya
Hasib,
Hasib, Ya
Ya
Rashid,
Rashid, Ya
Alim, Ya
Hakim,
Hakim,
Ya
Ya
Hasib,
Hasib,
Ya
Ya
Rashid,
Rashid.
Ya Rabbi, make us put us among the people who have the certainty about your existence and your intention.
Amen.
Ya Mümin, Ya Reşid, Ya
Ya
Mümin,
Mümin,
Ya
Ya
Reşid,
Reşid, Ya
Ya Mümin,
Mümin,
Ya
Ya
Reşid,
Reşid, Ya
Ya Mümin,
Mümin,
Ya
Ya
Reşid,
Reşid, Ya Mümin,
Ya
Ya
Reşid,
Reşid,
Ya
Ya
Mümin,
Mümin,
Ya
Ya
Reşid,
Reşid,
Ya Mümin, Ya
Ya
Reşid,
Reşid, Ya
Ya
Mümin, Ya Reşid.
Oh Allah, put peace, love, and togetherness in goodness into our hearts, in the humans and our animals and etc. So we have to be good to animals and our environment. Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam, Ya Jami, Ya Nafi, Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam, Ya Jami, Ya Nafi, Ya Salaam, Ya Jami, Ya Nafi, Ya Wadud, Ya Salaam, Amin, Ya Nafi. Allah, please protect us against anything, especially all the afflictions, these viruses and such sicknesses and disasters. Ya Muhaymin, Ya Hafiz, Ya Muhaymin, Ya Hafiz, Ya Muhaymin, Ya Hafiz,
Ya
Ya
Muhaymin, Ya
Hafiz,
Hafiz,
Ya
Ya
Muhaymin,
Muhaymin,
Ya
Ya
Hafiz,
Hafiz,
Ya
Ya
Muhaymin,
Muhaymin,
Ya
Ya
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Oh Allah, please sustain all of us, all the people who cannot find food, and the ones who are. We are worried where we're going to get the food because everything is closed. The jobs are no job, nothing. Please help us. Ya Fattah, Ya Razak, Ya Ghani, Ya Razak, Ya Fattah,
Ya Rezzak,
Razak,
Ya
Ya Ghani,
Gani,
Ya
Ya
Razak,
Rezzak,
Ya
Ya
Fattah,
Fettah,
Ya
Ya
Razak,
Rezzak,
Ya
Ya
Ghani,
Gani,
Ya
Ya
Razak,
Rezzak,
Fattah,
Ya
Ya
Rezzak,
Razak, Ya
Ya
Ghani,
Gani,
Ya
Ya
Razak,
Rezzak,
Ya
Ya
Fattah.
Fettah, Ya Rezzak, Ya Gani, Ya
Ya Razak,
Rezzak.
oh Allah, please make us strong against this diseases and environmental problems. Ya Gavi, Ya Metin, Ya Gavi, Ya Metin, Ya Shafi. Ya
Ya Kavi,
Gavi,
Ya
Ya Metin,
Metin,
Ya
Ya
Shafi.
Shafi,
Ya
Ya
Gavi,
Kavi,
Ya
Ya Metin, Ya
Shafi.
Shafi,
Ya
Ya
Gavi,
Kavi,
Ya
Ya
Metin,
Metin,
Ya
Ya
Shafi.
Shafi,
Ya
Ya
Gavi,
Kavi, Ya Metin,
Ya
Ya
Shafi.
Shafi.
Allah, please forgive all of our shortcomings. Ya Ghafur, Ya Af, Ya Ghafur, Ya
Ya
Af, Ya
Ya
Ghafur.
Gafur, Ya Ya Gafur, Ya Af,
We
Ya
thank you
Gafur, Ya
for
Af, Ya
everything,
Gafur, Ya Af.
all your blessings. Ya Shakur, Ya Shakur, Ya
Şükür,
Shakur, Ya
Ya
Shakur.
şükür, Ya şükür, Ya şükür,
Shakir,
Ya şükür,
Shakir,
Ya şükür, Ya şükür, Ya
especially
şükür.
the love you gave earth is love. The whole thing started our life with love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Ya
you,
şükür,
thank
Ya
you,
şükür,
Allah,
Ya
thank
şükür,
you,
Ya
Allah,
şükür,
thank
Ya
you,
şükür,
Allah,
Ya
thank you,
şükür,
Allah,
Ya
thank
şükür.
you, Allah.
Şükran ya Allah, şükran ya Allah, şükran
Shukran ya
ya
Allah,
Allah, şükran
shukran ya
ya
Allah.
Allah, şükran ya Allah, şükran ya Allah, şükran ya Allah.
Rızan lillah, Rızan Rasulullah, Rızan Piran, and Rızan deceased of all your deceased. Allah rızası için, Peygamber rızası için, pirler rızası için ve ölmüşlerin, geçmişlerin hepsinin rızası için El Fatiha. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Errahmanirrahim. Maliki yevmiddin. İyyâke na'budu ve iyyâke nestaîn. İhdina sıratal mustakim. Sıratal lezîne en'amte aleyhim. Gayril mağdubi aleyhim veleddâlin. Amin.
May Allah protect you, stay safe, stay
We
well,
love you.
inshallah.
Please love us back and each other. Love each other. Don't worry about each other's incompleteness. Pray for each other. May Allah strengthen us.
Amen.
With these prayers, just with that.
Amen.
I love you
Thank
all.
you.
Assalamu
Thank
alaikum.
you.
you.